Hi, you guys. Welcome.
Larry and Linda here, and this is going to be a little different video.
It is. We've had some requests to talk to you guys about the reasons we bought this van. We chose it and what we like about it.
Yeah, so we're going to touch on some of the things that initially jumped out to us as things that we wanted, and some things that we found later that were more valuable than we knew. We'll probably also hit things that we wish were a little different.
Possibly, but we're going to talk about how it fits into the way we live in it when we're in the van. Maybe some points that are a little painful or things that we just love.
Right. And so it won't be a tour video. We've already got one of those. And it won't be a comparison to other brands. I'm just going to tell you this, why we went with it, and what works for us. So
let's go.
LaLa go, the world says hello.
Hey, Larry and Linda here.
Everywhere their own memories flow, from the mountains high to the oceans low. Adventures alive with every LaLa go.
So, why did we choose a Class B over another type of RV? We originally had a travel trailer. We had it for 5 years. During those 5 years, it wasn't too long into it that we decided that we wanted something different because it was too difficult to pull the travel trailer around as far as we wanted to go in our minds. Not that it can't be done, it's just we didn't want to do that. So,
as an example, if we were to go to Colorado, we didn't want to pull that camper up into the mountains.
right. Not that it can't be done. We just didn't feel like doing that. So we wanted something a little more mobile. Travel trailer was my first experience with RV. Linda's had several experiences in her past.
I grew up.
So it wasn't everything we wanted. It was more of a let's try this out, see if it works. We spent years looking around and going to the shows. We went to the Tampa RV show every year for 5 years.
No, and we finally pulled the trigger on this because we had some life events happen and decided that it was time that we found an easy way to travel with the two dogs.
I liked fifth wheels, and again, you got to tow them around. The advantage there was I liked the space. Linda didn't want to be towing anything big around. We both kind of liked the Class A idea, and we jumped to that early on in our thoughts. But pretty expensive, and then you got to tow a tow vehicle, and so and it's nice to have something big like that.
And we were just in theory. We had only had the trailer, so we could talk about the Class A and we could talk about the fifth wheel. And for Larry, we had only had the travel trailer.
Right.
So he thought that space was something that he definitely needed.
Well, we both liked the idea of driving something.
Yeah.
And we looked at Class C's, and we were hung up on that for a while. Then, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago, or Linda had the idea for getting a Class B. I was pretty resistant to it in the beginning, and then after looking for a while, and
I remember him saying, he sat down in one at the front, and it was actually a used one that we had been looking at, and I remember saying, hey, this isn't too bad.
So we decided to focus more on searching for a Class B that we liked. We probably spent a year looking online and at different shows. We had narrowed it down. We hadn't decided we were going to purchase yet, but we had narrowed it down that it would be a Class B. And from our research, we liked our top few was the Coachman Galleria. We liked that because of the layout, and we liked this one, which is a Midwest Automotive Designs Patriot. We liked it because of the layout, and we liked the Grech because of its layout and finish. Same way with this the Midwest Automotive Design Patriot. We like the finish on it.
We kind of dropped the Coachman out pretty early on. We went to see them and decided that maybe the way that they were built, it wasn't to our taste. So we kind of dropped that one out of the running.
Yeah, but at the same time, that was the only one that we could really get hands-on with for a while.
Right.
And we didn't want to rush into it. And so finally at the 2025 Tampa RV Super Show, we were able to go through the Galleria, we were able to go through a Grech, and we were able to go through a couple versions of Midwest Automotive Design, because they had the Patriot, and then they also had a Heritage, which is similar. We love the Grech.
Still love the Grech.
Still love it. Of course, we haven't been in it as much as we've been in this, but it appears many things are similar. The newer ones, this year's model has a different electrical system, but the 2025 model basically had the same kind of electrical system as we have. This particular RV was built to a spec that had a larger battery package and no generator. So it's got 1,620 amp hours of lithium battery and no generator, no propane. And
which we liked that.
We like the color, and
this is the Patriot with the Freedom package on it.
Freedom means it's got a lithium package, but some of them have smaller lithium packages, and then they'll have a generator. So we like the color, we like the finish, we liked the floor plan, and our initial walkthrough and through the purchasing process, we liked everything that we saw about it. Yeah, and so we bought it at the Tampa RV Super Show. Now, was that a mistake? Could be, probably, maybe.
Would we buy another one at an RV show? No, we would hold off on buying it at an RV show. But that's another video.
Right.
You liked the VB AirRide on this.
Right. So another thing we like, or I like anyway, is the VB AirRide suspension in the back. Not all of this model or this company's RVs will have it, but this unit came with the VB AirRide, and it really enhances the drive. And from what I've seen on the owners group, that driving, this is a 3500 extended Sprinter, that in windy conditions it can get really hard to drive and get blown around a lot, and we've never run into any.
We haven't experienced any of that. This drives a lot like a regular vehicle, just a regular vehicle when you're driving it, which I love because I don't feel intimidated by this 25-foot van.
Yeah, that's one more thing we like about it. We like the way that it drives. Now, we didn't know this at the time we bought it. We'd never driven a Mercedes Sprinter, but we do like the way it drives. We like the way it handles.
One thing we didn't get on this was
all-wheel drive. Right. We would have liked all-wheel drive.
We would have.
Right. And the trim package, which we do like the trim package, but that means you're sitting lower to the ground, and all-wheel drive wouldn't necessarily go with the trim package that we have.
We do like the placement of the batteries on this. They are underneath the back of the van. It means it doesn't take up extra space on the inside, and they're in a big box under the van. What that also means, though, since this is not all-wheel drive, you've got to be careful. You don't want to back up over anything that's tall because you'll hit that box in the back.
Right, so that's one of those good, bad things. It's good that it's not taking up any space in the van. It's not great because it does hang in the back and you have a lower clearance than if you didn't have it.
But honestly, as long as you're aware of it, you can't back up over a parking thing back there and hit it. So it's okay.
Like the way it drives. We like the seats. We like that the van seats swivel.
Both the van seats turn all the way around.
Right, and we like the upholstery. The upholstery is matched throughout the unit.
The upholstery is the marine vinyl, and they've done a beautiful quilting job on it. We like it. Right. They're comfortable. Those front seats are really comfortable to drive and to ride in there. I mean, we've done it. We've done really long days in this van, and my bony butt does not hurt in those seats. Let's talk about the back seat. One of the reasons that we picked the three that we wanted at first that we were looking at have the same floor plan, basically. We have an electric bed in the back and 2 electric seats on the side that slide out so you can make a full queen size bed. Or you can use it as a combined connected twin. That was your bedroom back there. And you had a nice lounge area during the day, right?
Other options we saw in many other vans, whether it's the rear bed that's always there, and maybe you've got a garage underneath it, or the two little beds on the opposing sides. We like this option the best.
Yeah, we did. We considered some of the others, but this one gave you more living space during the day and in the evening before you went to bed. So we really enjoyed that. The screen door on this is special. I've not found another van with this solid screen door. This is a sliding screen door, but it's one of my favorite things about this van. The Grech didn't have it. This does.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen any other. I mean, if it exists, we didn't see it. Another
Right.
van that had this type of screen door. Now, we've seen the owners group. Some people don't care for it and remove it. We do like it, and it's worked great for us so far. We've had the van for 11 months. So yeah, and it's made out of metal, and the screen is
It's a nice
tough.
firm screen. We've got the two dogs, and
Right.
I feel secure. In fact, we're sitting here talking to you at the table. They're over there watching us through the screen door right now.
When we saw that, we liked it, and we were kind of looking around to see if somebody else had a door like that.
We didn't find
we
one.
didn't find.
We saw the ones that roll up. We saw the ones that zip around, and I didn't want that. I figured this is perfect. This is like being at home. You just slide your screen door closed.
Another thing that is kind of a plus and possibly a minus is the electric sliding door. On the one hand, it's convenient and nice. On the other hand, it is kind of tricky sometimes if getting out, if it's locked, you have to unlock the van, and if you don't hit it within like 30 seconds, the van locks back up again. And it seems difficult to manually open if you need the batteries aren't charged or something, which we've had happen one time. So, but for the most part, we kind of like it. We're worried that it may be something that can break and be costly to repair. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll find out. That's still something. As we go, we're talking about this stuff to you guys. And as we continue to use this, we're finding things we like more and finding things we like less. But I think that's the case with anything. So whether we had gotten a Class A or whether we had gotten a fifth wheel, I think it would be the same way. One of the reasons we picked this over the others was the cabinetry inside. I think it's beautiful. The fit and finish in here is gorgeous. They've got a special thing that they do. They use wood and then they dip it and they coat it. So what you see inside is a beautiful wood grain. Ours has satin finish, and then all the cabinetry is mounted on the marine vinyl. And I think it's just gorgeous. We've got plenty of storage in here. It's quiet as heck. If we're sleeping in a parking lot, we don't hear the vehicles outside, and I think that has a lot to do with the marine vinyl on the walls and on the cabinetry.
The cabinetry looks nice, but there's also a little downside with the cabinetry, and that's the closing or locking mechanism.
He doesn't like those.
Isn't the best, but we do like the appearance of the cabinet. There's a good amount of storage. We're happy with the amount of storage that we have. Of course, we always wish we had more, but with what we have, we think it's good.
Now, what about the bathroom?
Okay, so of course the bathroom was a requirement for us. Not all vans or Class Bs have a bathroom or a full bath. Or
Would I have liked to not have a wet bath? Absolutely. But was that available in a regular Class B? Not that we could find in a regular Class
right.
B.
And there's also Class Bs that don't have a bathroom or have a some kind of porta potty that slides out from under the bed or is in a cabinet or a
And
shower.
I love my
that,
husband, but I don't want to pee in the same room as him.
Yeah, so we don't want to do any of that.
No.
So we're happy that it has a bathroom. It has porcelain toilet. It's a very big toilet in my mind. We're happy that there's a shower there, and I've taken a shower in there a few times, and it's not terribly messy.
No, and
when
it's
you're
actually
finished.
not terribly uncomfortable. And he's a big guy.
The model that we have, or the unit that we got, came with a kind of a frosted, clouded glass door.
Yeah, it's a pebbled glass surface door. Which, when we looked at this, my first inclination when I looked at it was, why would you do that in a van? Now, I absolutely love it. That's something that it changed my mind on after we got the van. I like the light that it brings in because this van does not have a window in the bathroom. The Grech that we looked at did. This one does not. So it adds extra light with without giving away your privacy. I mean, you can still be in there and you can't really see in the door because it's a bathroom frosted glass, but you do get the light. I think it's great.
Yeah, I'm still not a huge fan of that. I still feel exposed if I'm in there. So it's one thing that we like. There's not stickers all over. There's not some funky paint job. It's a nice paint job, nice clean exterior where there aren't a bunch of ports and holes that jump out as RV, although it may be apparent to 90% of the people that it is an RV. In our mind, we thought that maybe it would pass the HOA test. It didn't, but that's another story. We still like the clean look on the outside.
Yeah, we do. And I talked a little bit about this. I may have talked to you about this before. The Tenorite gray that we've got, it's in between a dark blue and a dark gray color. I think it's beautiful. It was the color of it when we looked at it. So we just got it. But I think it's a beautiful color. And everything matches. The awning is the same, Tenorite gray.
So, yeah, mentioning the...
multi-use vehicle?
No, the thing that comes out.
The awning?
The awning. So, since you brought up the awning, I like the awning. I think she likes the awning. It's very nice. Comes out easy, goes in easy.
And if it's real windy, it'll go back in by itself.
Right. Of course, Linda would never let me test that out. She doesn't want it to go in by itself. But I'm happy with the awning, and we would have wanted an awning, and probably a lot of vans come with awnings. But we're happy with this one. The awning paint completely matches the van. So like that. The other thing regarding the appearance on the outside is the service panel where all the connections other than the electrical connection is located. So it's the same color as the van. It flips up. I'm not going to say it's not noticeable, but it's it doesn't stand out that much. And it's a lot better than having water ports available on the outside that are visible. So the little door flips up. Inside is water connections, and it's got a built-in macerator and hose. You just bring it out, turn on the macerator, and pump everything out. It's got an electric motor that retracts the hose. So yeah, I put some quick connects in there, and now I'm clicking the hose in and out. Very quick to hook up water. And the electric is the same way. There is a separate little smart plug for the 30 amp power, quick and easy to use. And so setting up and breaking down, very quick, 5 or 10 minutes to get in and out of the place.
Which was really important to us. After having a camper, you know how long, if you've camped and you have a camper, you know how long it takes to set up, to level, to do all of that. It seriously, if we're going in and out, it is so fast with this van.
Right. Now, the only other thing we do as far as getting parked is, there could be some leveling going on, and we've got some leveling blocks, but also with the VB AirRide, if it's just a matter of the front and back being one higher or lower, the VB AirRide, you can lower and raise the rear end to cover a lot of that, probably up to 6 inches.
And he did add something too. He added, what is it called?
Well, the LevelMate.
He added a LevelMate, so it's easy for him. He can be in the driver's seat, and I can be outside with the leveling blocks and ready, and I can just stick them under the tire.
I've got it linked in the description.
Yeah.
But I like it better than, I think it is the LevelMate that we had for years, and with our travel trailer, and the batteries would go dead. Whenever I wanted to use it, the batteries would dead. I've had the batteries in this for, 6-8 months, and they still haven't gone bad yet. It seemed like every time we took the travel trailer out, I'd go to park it and the batteries would be dead.
It was an older version. It was just an older version.
Okay, so we do like that it is a diesel.
Yeah, that was important. We looked at both.
We're not mechanical experts, but my assumption is that the diesel engine is more durable. In other vehicles, we like the fact that it's a diesel. because of the durability of the engine, and the gas mileage we've gotten from compared to what I've heard other people say with their trucks and such, is pretty good. We get constantly 20 miles a gallon, and I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good.
We are happy with the Gree air conditioner. It seems like, it's not the quietest thing in the world, but it seems pretty quiet for RV air conditioners.
Honestly, we haven't had any problems with it.
And so we're pretty happy with that.
We use the air conditioner a lot because we live in Florida.
Right.
And it does its job.
As far as heating, so we do like the Timberline heating system, even though we hadn't really worked with one before and it wasn't necessarily a prerequisite. We did like what we had read about it, and after having it for 11 months, we like the way it works. You can heat your water, which we've done on numerous occasions. You can do it with electric, you can do it with the diesel option, and we like that.
If the thermostat had been installed the way it was supposed to, we probably would have had absolutely no issue with the heaters themselves, because we have used them even without the thermostat, and they're fantastic.
Yeah, it does. It heats up. We've been here and it's been below freezing, and it heats up the RV very nicely.
Yeah.
The only difference is without the thermostat working, I have to turn it off manually.
We've been using the Gree too overnight. We'll use the Gree just to bring the temperature up a little bit.
Yeah, and we like the fact that the Gree does have a little heat pump on it and will throw some heat out. It won't replace a heater when it's below freezing, but it'll throw some heat out, and we like it.
We like having the options. There were a few things that I really liked in here, but I didn't know I liked them. We've got a really large sink in here, so I can put a big skillet in that sink and wash it without a problem. I can put big pots in there and wash them without a problem. If I only want to do dishes once a day, like we're conserving water, I can fill that sink with dishes if I need to, and then do them at night. And I didn't know that was going to be a big deal for me, but it is. It's a nice big farm sink in there. A smaller version of farm sink, but it is. And we've got a 2-burner cooktop. One's larger and one's smaller. Induction, correct. And actually induction was important because we wanted it to be all lithium or electric.
Right.
I didn't know it was going to be a big deal, but I really like it. We've got removable rugs in the front of that cab. So let's say I had to take them out and clean them. I can take them out and clean them. It's not just carpet that's going to wear out.
Okay, so overall, we're happy with the van.
We are, and I'm glad that we took the time to research the different types. Well, not only the van, but research the different things. I'm glad we did, and I'm not sorry that we went with a B van.
So overall, we're happy with it. Are there some things that we wish we could change? Probably.
But I don't know
cover
that
those another time.
I honestly, I think that would be with no matter what we chose, there would probably be some things. But there are also some things, like I said, that I found that I like even more than I thought I would.
Yeah.
Am I happy we got the B van? Yes, very happy. I love how easy it is to travel for us. It was the right choice for us, I think. It has opened up a world. There's mud down below us, you guys. It has opened up a world of travel that I was hoping we could have. And with Larry thinking about retirement, it's just going to allow us to go see the grandkids and do a lot of the things that maybe we couldn't have done with the travel trailer or wouldn't have been comfortable doing with the travel trailer.
Yeah, this summer, in fact, we went and saw family and were able to stay in a driveway.
Or at least one of them.
And friends, yeah. So we stayed in a couple different driveways.
Yeah, we did.
And it worked out okay.
Moochdocking.
So, that's our thoughts. If you have thoughts or questions that we didn't answer,
yeah, please let us know
leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you.
And if you've got something that you just really, really like, I'd love to know about it too. I mean, we're going to have this van for quite some time, but I would imagine eventually we'll go to something else then too. Eventually. This was a big investment though.
So, thanks for joining us.
Yes.
Don't forget, give us a thumbs up.
Please.
If you're in the mood and you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. And
We'll see you next time.
see you next time.